Trusting God's timing can be a profound and transformative experience. In a world where instant gratification and quick results are often the norm, embracing divine timing challenges us to adopt a perspective that sees beyond immediate desires. This topic explores 10 compelling reasons to trust in God's timing, offering insights into how patience and faith in divine scheduling can lead to deeper understanding and spiritual growth. By reflecting on these reasons, we gain a clearer appreciation of why waiting on God's perfect timing not only aligns us with a higher purpose, but also strengthens our faith and trust in His plan for our lives. Number 1, God foresees the future and the past. This concept asserts a divine omnipotence and omniscience. God is all-powerful and all-knowing, privy to every action, thought, and event across time. Central to this belief is the notion of divine providence, which describes God's active intervention in the cosmos. Rather than being a passive observer, God meticulously orchestrates the course of events, incorporating a future that He already knows. For adherents, this perception provides immense comfort and a sense of purpose, implying that despite life's apparent chaos, there is an inherent order and logic to the universe ordained by the divine. This doctrine raises profound questions about free will and destiny. If God already knows what will transpire, do individuals truly have autonomy in their decisions? Various theological schools address this dilemma differently. Some suggest that although God anticipates future decisions, this foreknowledge doesn't compel those choices. This interpretation preserves human agency and moral responsibility. Alternatively, some view divine omniscience as indicative of predestination, with all events and outcomes meticulously preordained by God. Here, life's script is considered pre-written, with individuals merely enacting their assigned roles. This perspective offers reassurance in adversity, promoting the view that all challenges, including suffering, are components of a broader, benevolent scheme. For many believers, the acceptance of God's governance over all events forms the cornerstone of their faith. It fosters a deep trust in and surrender to a will perceived as supremely wise and kind. This faith is particularly consoling during times of uncertainty or grief, when the logic behind life's trials may seem elusive. Followers often take comfort in the belief that there is a deeper meaning and purpose to their experiences, even if these aren't immediately clear. In essence, the acknowledgement of God's complete knowledge and control profoundly influences how individuals perceive their role in the universe and manage life's uncertainties. It guides practices, prayers, and everyday activities for millions, offering a framework in which every occurrence is part of a grander design meticulously crafted by divine forces. Number 2, God's word has never faltered and never will. This steadfast assurance shapes the faith of countless believers who trust that divine commitments, as conveyed through sacred texts and teachings, are not only true but also timeless. According to these beliefs, divine communication through scriptures or prophetic insights is devoid of errors and missteps. These messages are seen as direct from a supreme source, unchanging and eternal. This perspective is vital because it not only confirms the reliability of divine promises, but also reassures followers that these commitments are immune to the fluctuations of human history and personal circumstances. The timing of God's promises plays a crucial role in this theological framework. It is often said that God's timing is perfect, aligning seamlessly with the needs and greater good of humanity, even if this timing may not align with individual desires or human expectations. The fulfillment of these promises is seen as inevitable, occurring at moments that, though perhaps unpredictable, are divinely appointed for maximum impact and benefit. For believers, this is a source of profound comfort and hope. It provides a foundation for living a life of faith and purpose, encouraging them to persevere through challenges and uncertainties. The trust in God's perfect timing helps individuals relinquish control, reducing anxiety about the future and fostering a more profound sense of peace and acceptance. Moreover, this belief encourages a communal and historical perspective among the faithful. They view themselves as part of a larger narrative, one that spans generations and is punctuated by key moments when divine promises have come to fruition. Each fulfillment is seen not just as a reaffirmation of faith, but as a testament to the continuity and reliability of God's word. Thus, the unwavering nature of God's promises and their timely realization are not just theological concepts, but are integral to daily life and spirituality. They infuse everyday existence with meaning, guiding how believers interact with the world, interpret events, and make choices. In essence, the enduring truth and perfect timing of God's promises offer a steady compass by which the faithful navigate the complexities of life. Number 3, God has good plans for you. This idea encapsulates the conviction that God desires the best for everyone and that nothing occurs outside of his benevolent will. Such a perspective not only offers reassurance, but also deeply influences how believers view their life's journey and its challenges. At the heart of this belief is the notion of divine benevolence, which asserts that God's intentions are inherently good and directed toward the ultimate welfare of his followers. This is not just about immediate happiness or avoiding discomfort, but involves a deeper, often more complex understanding of what is truly beneficial in the long run. It's believed that God's plans are meticulously designed to foster growth, resilience, and spiritual depth. According to this view, every occurrence in life, be it joyous or challenging, is part of a larger divine strategy. This strategy is meticulously aligned with God's kind intentions, aiming to cultivate virtues, strengthen faith, and prepare individuals for their roles in this life and beyond. The unfolding of events, even those that may seem adverse at first, are seen as purposeful steps within this grand design. For believers, this conviction yields a robust sense of security and purpose. It encourages them to trust in the path laid out for them, even when it diverges from their expectations or desires. This trust is not passive. Rather, it is an active engagement with life, spurred by the confidence that all experiences are components of a divine blueprint. Moreover, this belief fosters resilience among the faithful. Understanding that there's a benevolent purpose behind every scenario helps individuals to cope with adversity and to perceive potential lessons or growth opportunities in their struggles. It diminishes fear and fosters a proactive approach to life's challenges, grounded in the assurance of divine support and guidance. In communal and individual practices, this belief also nurtures a sense of solidarity and compassion among believers. Recognizing that everyone is under the care of the same benevolent will encourages a supportive and empathetic community where members feel united in their journeys, shared or individual. Overall, the belief in God's good plans acts as a profound source of motivation and comfort. It shapes daily decisions, imbues life with meaning, and provides a framework within which everything, no matter how seemingly trivial or daunting, holds significant value and purpose. This trust in divine benevolence guides believers through the complexities of life with a steady hand and a hopeful heart. Number 4, God has demonstrated his reliability in the past. This belief anchors the trust that God is faithful and always fulfills his promises. By reflecting on past divine actions, followers find reassurance and strength, seeing these historical instances as evidence of God's unchanging nature and commitment. In many religious texts and traditions, recounting the deeds of God is not just a practice, but a ritual that strengthens faith and community bonds. These narratives, whether found in scripture, shared in teachings, or celebrated through holidays and ceremonies, serve as reminders of God's active presence and faithfulness. They recount tales where divine intervention led to deliverance, provision, and guidance, reinforcing the belief that God remains constant and reliable. For individuals facing uncertainty or hardship, these historical accounts of God's fidelity provide a powerful source of comfort and motivation. They serve as concrete examples that God's promises are not abstract concepts, but realities that have been manifested time and again. This perspective encourages believers to maintain hope and trust in God's plans, even when current circumstances may seem daunting or when the path forward is unclear. Moreover, these reflections on God's past actions are often seen as personal as well as communal. Believers are encouraged to look back on their own lives and identify moments where they felt divine guidance or support. This personal historical reflection helps individuals connect more deeply with their faith, perceiving their personal story as part of a larger divine narrative. In community settings, sharing these personal and historical testimonies is a vital aspect of religious life. It helps to build a collective memory of God's reliability, reinforcing the community's faith and providing a form of support and encouragement to each member. Through these shared stories, the values of perseverance, gratitude, and trust are propagated, enhancing the communal bond and individual faith alike. Thus, the practice of recalling God's past faithfulness serves not just as a testament to his unchanging nature, but also as a practical tool for living a life of faith. It instills a confident assurance that God will continue to be reliable in the future, guiding and supporting his followers according to his benevolent will. This retrospective understanding not only bolsters personal trust, but also enriches the collective faith experience, fostering a resilient and hopeful community. Number 5, he is always on time. This idea underscores the perception of God's perfect timing, neither hurried by human urgency nor delayed beyond what is necessary. It assures believers that every divine intervention is meticulously timed to align with what is best for each individual and for the broader purposes at play. This concept of divine punctuality does not imply that God operates on human timelines or within our constraints of early or late. Instead, it suggests a divine schedule that transcends our understanding of time, orchestrated perfectly according to a grander divine plan. For those who hold this belief, it provides a profound comfort, particularly during periods of waiting or uncertainty, when outcomes are unclear and patience wears thin. The trust in God's timely intervention encourages a calm and collected demeanor among believers. It discourages rash decisions and anxiety, promoting instead a posture of waiting that is active and expectant, filled with faith rather than fear. This attitude stems from countless scriptural anecdotes and personal testimonies where at seemingly the last moment or unexpectedly help arrived and situations turned around for the better, illustrating God's impeccable timing. In practical terms, this belief molds how individuals approach life's challenges and opportunities. It instills a patience that is not passive, but is charged with hope and expectation. Believers are often encouraged to pray and continue in their faith practices without despairing, confident that at the right moment, God will make clear his plans and provide the necessary interventions. Furthermore, this reliance on divine timing fosters resilience and endurance within communities of faith. It helps maintain unity and collective hope during tough times, as members remind one another of the times when God's interventions were evident at just the right time. These shared experiences and stories reinforce the communal bond and support each member's faith journey. Ultimately, the belief in God's perfect timing is not just a theological concept, but a transformative one that significantly impacts daily living and spiritual wellness. It encourages a perspective that looks beyond immediate circumstances, trusting that each moment unfolds precisely as it should, according to divine wisdom and compassion. This assurance is a source of strength and peace for many, guiding them through life with a serene and trusting heart. Number 6, God sees the bigger picture. This concept emphasizes that while humans often perceive only a fragment of the broader context, God has a complete overview, knowing every past, present, and future event and how these all connect within his grand design. This divine omniscience means that God's actions are never arbitrary, but are part of a well-orchestrated plan aimed at achieving the ultimate good for humanity. For believers, this perspective is immensely reassuring, especially during times of confusion or distress, when the path forward seems unclear or when circumstances appear dire. It instills a trust that there's a purpose behind every challenge and a meaningful direction even in what may seem like chaos to human eyes. The belief in God's comprehensive vision encourages individuals to look beyond immediate troubles. It teaches them to trust that there is a reason for every situation, even if that reason isn't immediately apparent. This trust is not about blind faith, but is rooted in the countless stories shared within religious communities about how unexpected and even unwelcome events eventually led to positive outcomes, revealing their purpose over time. Moreover, this understanding of God's perfect vision and timing promotes patience and perseverance. Believers are often counseled to wait on God's timing, which, according to their faith, will ensure outcomes that are not only timely, but also aligned with long-term blessings and growth. It's a call to maintain hope and stay the course, trusting that God will reveal His plan in due time. In communal worship and personal reflection, this concept is frequently revisited to fortify the faith of individuals within the community. It acts as a reminder that everyone is part of a larger story, with each person's experiences interwoven into the fabric of a divine tapestry that only God can fully understand. This broader perspective helps to alleviate personal anxieties and fosters a sense of unity and shared destiny among believers. Ultimately, the conviction that God sees the entire picture and orchestrates events according to His perfect plan shapes not only how individuals approach their own lives, but also how they interact with others. It encourages compassion, patience, and a willingness to support each other, knowing that each person's journey is uniquely guided by divine wisdom. This belief in God's overarching vision provides a profound source of comfort and purpose, guiding believers through life with a hopeful and trusting heart. Number 7, God works everything for our good. It suggests that delays and difficulties are not obstacles but integral parts of a divine plan that ultimately works for our good. This perspective is rooted in the conviction that divine wisdom surpasses human understanding. From this viewpoint, what appears as setbacks or obstacles in our lives are not random or purposeless, but are intricately woven into a grand design that aims to bring about the highest good. This belief assures believers that despite immediate appearances, there is a divine purpose at work, guiding each situation towards a beneficial resolution. For many, this trust in God's ability to turn difficulties into blessings provides significant emotional and spiritual support. It encourages patience and resilience, urging individuals to maintain faith even when the path forward is obscured by trials or when progress seems slow. The idea is that God's timing and methods are perfect, even if they don't align with our own expectations or schedules. The principle also fosters a sense of hope and optimism. Knowing that God is working for our ultimate good helps believers view their experiences through a lens of trust rather than despair. This outlook can transform how one approaches challenges, turning them into opportunities for growth and deeper faith. It reassures individuals that their struggles are not in vain, but are part of a meaningful process. In practical terms, this belief influences daily living and decision-making. It encourages individuals to trust in God's plan, even when the outcome is uncertain, and to seek understanding and growth from their experiences. Believers might reflect on past events where, in hindsight, they recognize that what seemed like misfortune led to unexpected benefits or deeper insights, reinforcing their faith in divine orchestration. Communally, this principle strengthens collective faith and support. By sharing stories and experiences where God's goodness was revealed through adversity, believers reinforce their trust in divine care and wisdom. It creates a community ethos of mutual encouragement, where individuals support each other through difficulties, confident that a greater good is unfolding. In essence, the belief that God is working everything for our good offers profound assurance and guidance. It transforms how individuals navigate life's ups and downs, instilling a resilient hope that all experiences are part of a divinely orchestrated plan, leading to outcomes that surpass human imagination and expectations. Number 8, God's timing brings peace. It reflects the idea that when individuals synchronize their actions and expectations with the divine schedule, they experience a deep sense of calm and confidence, knowing that events are unfolding as they are meant to. This principle is rooted in the understanding that God's timing is perfect and encompasses a wisdom beyond human comprehension. Believers hold that God's plans are carefully orchestrated, and when they align their own timing with this divine rhythm, they are more likely to experience a serene assurance. This trust in God's timing alleviates anxiety and fosters a sense of tranquility, even in the face of uncertainty or waiting. Aligning with divine timing involves recognizing and accepting that there is a right moment for everything. This acceptance often requires patience and faith, as it may mean waiting for answers, opportunities, or resolutions to manifest. By embracing this divine timing, individuals allow themselves to let go of stress and impatience, trusting that God's plan is unfolding precisely as it should. Practically, This belief encourages a shift from striving and pushing against the natural flow of events to a more harmonious approach. It suggests that rather than forcing outcomes or rushing processes, individuals should focus on being attuned to the signs and guidance that may indicate the right time to act or make decisions. This alignment often leads to more thoughtful and purposeful actions, enhancing overall satisfaction and reducing feelings of frustration. The peace that comes from aligning with God's timing also stems from a profound sense of trust. Believers are assured that even when immediate circumstances seem challenging or unclear, there is a larger, benevolent plan at work. This trust provides a comforting perspective, helping individuals maintain hope and composure during times of waiting or transition. In communal settings, the shared belief in divine timing fosters a supportive environment where members encourage each other to trust in God's plans. Stories of personal experiences where divine timing proved beneficial are often shared to reinforce faith and inspire patience. This collective reinforcement of faith in God's perfect timing strengthens community bonds and uplifts individuals who may be struggling with their own timing issues. Ultimately, the idea that God's timing brings peace highlights a deep spiritual truth. When individuals align their lives with the divine schedule, they open themselves to a profound sense of assurance and calm. This alignment transforms how they experience and navigate life's uncertainties, providing a steady foundation of peace and confidence that everything is unfolding as it should. Number 9. God's delays are not denials. This concept helps frame delays not as rejections, but as deliberate, beneficial pauses orchestrated by a higher power. From this perspective, divine timing is seen as purposeful and filled with wisdom. When things do not happen according to our personal timelines or expectations, it can be easy to perceive these moments as setbacks. However, this belief encourages a shift in understanding. Such delays are viewed as strategic interventions by God, intended to align individuals more closely with a greater plan or to provide necessary preparation. The idea here is that God's delays are not arbitrary. They are often designed to refine and strengthen us, preparing us for future opportunities or challenges. For instance, a period of waiting might be an opportunity for personal growth, development of patience, or gaining new skills. These experiences are seen as vital for handling the blessings or responsibilities that lie ahead. Furthermore, delays can serve as protective measures. What we perceive as a missed opportunity might actually be a safeguard against potential pitfalls or dangers that we might not yet see. Believers are encouraged to trust that God's timing encompasses a broader understanding of circumstances and outcomes, including those beyond immediate sight or comprehension. This belief also fosters resilience and optimism. It invites individuals to maintain hope and trust during periods of waiting or when things do not go as planned. By viewing delays as purposeful, believers are more likely to remain steadfast and positive, expecting that the outcome will be aligned with their highest good and divine intention. In communal and personal faith practices, this perspective is often reinforced through testimonies and teachings. Stories of how apparent delays turned into profound blessings or protective measures are shared to inspire and encourage others. Such narratives help solidify the belief that delays are not denials, but opportunities for greater good, fostering a supportive community of hope and faith. Ultimately, the understanding that God's delays are not denials provides a framework for interpreting life's interruptions and waiting periods. It encourages trust in a divine plan that values both preparation and protection, transforming how individuals experience and respond to delays and aligning their expectations with a hopeful and trusting outlook. Number 10. God strengthens our faith. This principle asserts that periods of waiting, when aligned with divine timing, serve as a crucial process for building patience and deepening trust, ultimately fortifying our faith. Waiting on God's timing often involves periods of uncertainty or delay, where immediate answers or outcomes are not apparent. During these times, individuals are encouraged to cultivate patience, a virtue that many faith traditions regard as essential for spiritual growth. This patience is not passive, but is an active, hopeful anticipation of God's plan unfolding in its own time. By practicing patience, believers learn to navigate life's challenges without losing faith, understanding that delays are part of a larger divine strategy. Moreover, waiting on God's timing encourages a deeper trust in His wisdom. When outcomes are delayed, it prompts individuals to rely not on their own understanding or timing, but on God's greater perspective. This reliance fosters a more profound sense of confidence in the divine plan. Believers come to appreciate that God's timing encompasses a broader, more insightful view of their needs and circumstances than they might have on their own. This growing trust helps them surrender personal control and embrace faith more fully. The process of waiting also strengthens faith by allowing individuals to witness how God's timing works out for the best. Reflecting on past experiences where patience led to positive outcomes or where delays revealed unforeseen benefits reinforces the understanding that divine timing is purposeful and beneficial. These reflections build a reservoir of faith based on real experiences, making it easier to trust in future delays or uncertainties. In spiritual communities, this belief is often shared and reinforced through collective experiences and teachings. Stories of personal or communal struggles that ultimately led to deeper insights or unexpected blessings are frequently highlighted to inspire and encourage. This shared wisdom strengthens communal bonds and provides a collective assurance that God's timing, while sometimes challenging, is ultimately designed to enhance faith and spiritual growth. Ultimately, the belief that God strengthens our faith through waiting on His timing highlights the transformative power of patience and trust. It frames delays and periods of uncertainty as opportunities for spiritual development, deepening trust and reinforcing faith. This perspective encourages individuals to embrace waiting as a valuable part of their spiritual journey, confident that each moment is working towards strengthening their relationship with the divine. I understand that waiting can be incredibly challenging, but remember that God will support you through it if you allow Him to. I hope this list has provided some encouragement and insight into why trusting God's timing is so important. While there are many more reasons to place our trust in His timing, these highlights offer a glimpse into the divine wisdom at work. Ultimately, our confidence in God's timing stems from our belief in His character and promises. If we trust in who He is, it makes sense to trust Him when He asks us to be patient a little longer. Stay faithful, hold on, and continue to trust in God throughout this season. Amen.